When you log into Moodle after May 5th, it will look different. Things will still work the same, but they may be in different places than you're used to. When you first log in, you'll be on your dashboard. In the middle, you'll have a list of your current term, previous term, and future term courses, just like before. Now, to make the interface work a little better on mobile devices, all the blocks have been moved to this right-hand corner. What that means is when you resize, they actually move down below the main window. But that's a much more functional interface on a mobile device. A couple interesting things on the dashboard. You get a 100 megabyte private file space. So if I click Manage Private Files, I can just drag stuff in here. Save changes. And then I have files up here that I can point to from any of my courses. So I don't have to put an instance of the file into each course. When I go into my course, I can just point to the single instance that's in private files. In the navigation block, under My Courses, you can find anything that's not in your current, previous, or next term. So ancient courses that from years ago, that's where you'll find them, in navigation under My Courses. Let's go into a course. Welcome to Aquatic Cryptozoology. Now, remember the Turn Editing On button? It's still up at the top right. It just has a different shape. Does the same sorts of things. Now, the course administration block, down on that right side, Edit Settings. That's where we could change the course format. Let me close Description, scroll down, Course Format. So I've got all the usual options in there. Back to the course, here's your breadcrumb trail at the top. What used to be called Home, now called Dashboard. Not a big deal. Oh, my favorite feature in the new Moodle 3.1, way at the bottom of administration, there's a recycle bin. So anything that I've deleted, I can retrieve for the next 14 days. Let's try that. See if it works. I'm going to accidentally delete Sea Monsters of the Orkney Islands. Delete. Gone. Now in the old Moodle, that was just gone. You had to build it again. In the new Moodle, I can go down here to the recycle bin, and I can say, hey, restore. There we go. Back to the course level. And there it is. Now, it's not in the right place, but it put it back into the right topic. So I'm just going to move it back here to where I had it. No, I want up one more. There we go. Sea Monsters of the Orkney Islands. Excellent. Okay, now in Administration, Edit Settings, I noticed that there were a couple of new course formats to choose from. This one, there's one called Board. Let's see what that looks like. Go down and save. I don't like that one. You kind of lose your section breaks. Let's try that again. Edit setting. Let's try the one called Button, which I do like. Buttons format. And scroll down and save. Oh, I'm in editing mode, so you can't tell. When I'm not in editing mode, I get buttons, and I can jump around from section to section. There's also, in the more complex settings for buttons, a way to move this topic 0 down below the current topic, which I think might be really, really useful. I'm going to put it back to what I had before. Okay, so that's just a couple of new features in course format. What was I using? I was using collapsed topics. Thank you. Scroll down. Save. Okay, let's do a little bit of editing. So I'm going to go, we'll just go into section topic 0. Hang on. Oh, I turned my editing off to look at the button thing. So the same add an activity resource in the same bottom right of each section. Works pretty much the same way as it always did. There's a new feature in here called Collaborate, which creates a Blackboard Collaborate Ultra web conference in your course. You could use that for virtual classrooms, virtual office hours, student meeting tools. So if you're interested, get in touch with EdTech and we'll show you how that works. Does drag and drop still work the same way? Let's try it. Drag something in. Oh yeah, there it goes. Add file here. Works fine. Edit, delete. Yes, I want to delete that. Okay, if I was to add a file, I'd give it a name, eTug Conference. And when I go down here to select the file, I could drag it in this space, or I can select it. Here's where my private files show up. So these are the two things I stuck in my private files. I'm going to create a shortcut to that. So I don't have to put the file in every course. I put it in private files, and then I point to it each time. Very efficient way to do things. Deleting and adding blocks. I've got editing turned on way at the bottom of the block column, because there's only one now, it's on the right side. Here's all of my blocks that I can put in. Works the same way as it used to work in the old days. Now, something new in assignments. I've got an assignment at the bottom of this course. It's called Write Your Own Sea Monster Folktale. And what's interesting about this is now I can annotate the student submitted file directly within the assignment tool. I don't have to download it, open it up in some other application. Let's see, I've got two submissions. Let me look at them. So I see Basalt 10 here has submitted a PDF called Manny the Counterclockwise Sea Monster. Let's go look at that. So up comes the document, and then I can do crazy stuff like draw on it and make comments and give grades and all that kind of stuff. Okay. There are a couple of minor changes to the discussion forums where you can pin an interesting post to the top of the list, or you can copy a permalink from a post that refers to it directly. Adding questions to a quiz looks a little bit different. Let's find a quiz. There's a biology quiz. I'll just go into it. I'll edit the quiz. How do I get questions into it? This bottom right, see the add button there? I can create a new question, or I can add a question that already exists in a question bank, or I could randomly select from a question bank category. I'm going to just go pull some questions in from my question bank. So my question bank, let's go into the Sea Monster question bank, and let's just pick, I don't know, 4 questions. Where did my add button go? Add selected questions. I selected 4 questions. Add them to the quiz. There we go. If you're adding new questions, there's a couple of new question types that are worth exploring. Some drag and drop, 3 variations of a drag and drop into text, markers, and onto an image. And the ordering question is now built into Moodle. Works very well. Let's get back to the quiz and we'll look at where are the quiz settings. So what was I working on? I was working on the biology quiz. Edit settings. So, let's expand them all. It's all the same settings that we're used to. Timing, grade, how many attempts, that kind of stuff. Let's have 1 attempt. It's just slightly different format. Review options, you've still got the same 4 sets. So it's all the same things. You just get at them from a slightly different direction. And anytime you get lost anywhere in Moodle, just click on your dashboard, top left, takes you back to your course list home.